There has been a lot of talk about how Mercedes should progress this season. Will the current car design concept be shelved immediately or just for the upcoming seasons? Then again, given the W14's racing performance over Fernando Alonso's Aston Martin in Jeddah, is it actually worth giving the technicians at Brackley more time to develop this car as planned? Will Ferrari look like the RB19? Still, it's not just Mercedes that has potential noticeable changes to F1 cars soon, but Ferrari is believed to have a car that looks significantly different from the current model currently in the pipeline. Ferrari is 12 points behind Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship, but Carlos Sainz is ahead of both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton in the drivers' title race. More teams are uniting on Red Bull's interpretation of the new F1 car design regulations, and Italian media are now suggesting Ferrari may follow suit. LeClerc leaves Ferrari Tire. Where is Ferrari's biggest problem? Italian Motorsport reports that Ferrari is ready to bring an upgraded SF23 to its first home race at Emilai-Romagne. However, the disappointing expectation is that the changes will be enough to stop Aston Martin while they are in sight, but not seeing Ferrari challenge Red Bull. If Carlos Sainz's post-race analysis in Jeddah is to be believed, then Ferrari will focus on improving their current philosophy for improving tire wear. Sainz identified the single issue as the biggest performance gap area that Ferrari had to address. The last point on the hard shows that we are not where we want to be, said the Spaniard. We are getting more degrees from the Mercs, we are still getting more degrees from the Astons, we don't have some race pace. Ferrari updates later than expected. Sainz later claimed that Ferrari was fully aware of the problem during testing in Bahrain and had an upgrade package in the pipeline. More importantly, Sainz said, the car does exactly same things as in wind tunnel, so no weakness is in wind tunnel, where weakness is here, we know to improve car, just need time. According Motorsport, Ferrari had hoped to bring the new look SF23 the fourth lap in Azerbaijan, but gradual design changes since then delayed that for another 3 weeks. Ferrari tips for Australian GP. A new low Ferrari in design. Ferrari boss Frederic Vasseur acknowledged that the team's off-season work at Maranello has focused on aerodynamic efficiency and reducing drag. However, under supervision of Enrico Cardile, the new SF23 design is now focused on lowering car to improve performance. An unnamed Mercedes source told AMuS after winter testing that Red Bull was running its car 10 mm lower than anyone else. If we went that low, the underbody would break. Ferrari is not copying Red Bull with new ground effect. Lower F1 cars descend onto asphalt, greater downforce they produce, and faster they can go around corners while reducing tire wear. However, Italian source claims that new look SF23 will not copy RB19, but arrangement of side compartment will already be noticeably different. Mercedes, on the other hand, doesn't seem to care if upcoming side pod modifications mean their W14 looks like a Red Bull. Aston very close to F1 Wolff happy with Red Bull sticker. Meanwhile, Toto Wolff acknowledged that the Mercedes team will do whatever it takes to improve their performance. I don't know, you could call Red Bull or Aston Martin concept, but in the end, it looked like a British double-decker bus. We would if was fast, put little sticker, says Red Bull, they want it, Wolff joked. The question is, what is your criterion? If you look at the Red Bulls, they're so fast, I think we understand the car better. I look optimistic for the future because we need to put it in a different window. We mechanically change body of the car, how floor works. What is a B-Spec F1 car? It's unlikely that Mercedes or Ferrari will produce what is traditionally known as a B-Spec F1 car. If, after an F1 car has been approved FIA for season, team makes changes to chassis that require retesting by FIA, chassis is usually denoted AB. So W14 becomes W14B. In Jeddah, Toto Wolff had already rejected such a redesign, explaining, "No, I think it's out of question to change the chassis, because there isn't enough budget in cost ceiling." But changing way the aerodynamics and bodywork work is entirely within scope. Porsche's F1 passion killed by ego. No B-Spec cars for Merc or Ferrari. There are factors tightly linked to the chassis design that cannot be changed once a monocoque has been approved. These include driver's position, which affects center of gravity and where any ballast can be placed to adapt vehicles handling from track to circuit. More importantly, Mercedes and Ferrari have major improvements they can bring to their platforms without the need for a redesign of the B-Spec car. Ferrari boss believes potential is huge. Ferrari boss Frederic Vasseur gave hearts to Ferrari fans around the world while analyzing the team's performance in Saudi Arabia. Honestly, I don't think the problem is due to lack of potential, he said. The main problem we have today is to always be at the max all weekend. We can't get 100% of the car out in every session. We should focus on that before considering updates. Read FIA rule change for Australian GP.